division rivals will clash in the NFC West. It's the Niners and the Cards. All that and more coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the home of the Cardinals, State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. Good to be with you. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson here in the booth. Greg, we got a couple of teams who love to throw the football. And you know how guys say, hey, we're not going against the other offense. We're going against the other team's defense. Greg, these star wide receivers, you know they're watching what the other guy does on the field here today.
Oh, in their minds, there's no question. They are competing against one another. And I think that's what makes this league so fun is when these guys, they know each other. They study each other. They work together in the off seasons. A lot of times they're friends. But come game day, there is no question. At the end of this one, yes, they want their teams to win, but when they put their two box scores up next to each other, there's going to be some bragging rights come this offseason.
Here's Jake Moody to get this one kicked off. And off we go from Glendale. To return is Greg Dortch. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So out comes the Arizona offense for the first time. And here is Kyler Murray, the #1 overall pick in 2019 to lead them.
I just love watching Kyler Murray play quarterback, Mike, because it just reminds you that they come in all shapes and sizes. I mean, to be this small, but this fast and have that much arm talent, you just don't see that combination very often, let alone in the NFL. But we are now more than a year removed from that knee injury. I think he's ready to prove that he was worth that #1 overall pick just a few seasons ago, and he considers himself one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL now that he's fully healthy again.
He'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Murray. He gets that to his big target, Trey McBride. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
Now Connor. Not much happening there, just a short game. Here's 2nd and 9. It's a zone read, and Murray hanging on to it. And he'll get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. The lane closed quickly, and here comes 3rd down.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short gain.
On 3rd down, Murray. That's to the right side. Caught by McBride. He's going to have the 1st down, and that one good for 9, and the drive continues.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Here's Connor. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll go again here to Connor. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
Play 8 of the opening drive coming up, and now they face 3rd down. Now Murray.
And that's a great job defensively here on third down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
So on fourth down, it's Blake Gillikin to punt for Arizona. Ronnie Bell back deep for the 49ers. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The 49ers offense set to get to work for the first time. They'll be let out, Greg, by their rookie quarterback.
There's just certain guys, Mike, when they take the field and they step into the huddle, the other 10 players, they just take a little bit of a deeper breath. They're like, man, I'm glad this guy is on our side, and he's certainly one of them. He just brings an element of confidence to everybody else around him, not only in the huddle, but on the sideline, on the defense, the coaching staff. Everyone is better as the result of him being your quarterback. Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
On second down, Smith. He'll locate his tight end, George Kittle.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
Now a 3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it with McCaffrey. 18 yards on the pickup there. First down, 49ers.
Over the last couple years, Mike, we've seen the trend in the NFL is that third down has really become a passing down, but not here. Not for this team. They keep the ball on the ground. They're able to pick up a big gain. Fresh set of downs.
1st and 10. They run once more with McCaffrey. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
This is how you draw up your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
On first down is Smith. He'll complete this one. That's Deebo Samuel. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Second down and 3. To the right side, this is McCaffrey. Good running there. He's got the first down inside the 30.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Smith to throw on 1st and 10. That's caught. Christian McCaffrey. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Every staff in the league that understands if we have to play a rookie quarterback, regardless of their talent, regardless of how high they were drafted, the ideal situation is to fill that huddle with as many veteran players as possible. The quarterback's going to be young. He's got to make some mistakes. The more veteran, talented guys around him, the easier it is to weather those mistakes.
And the 49ers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Let's give some love to the big guys up front here, Mike. The offensive line is looking good here early to start the game. Couple nice big explosive runs. Expect them to continue to lean on the big guys up front as the rest of this game unfolds.
And this is too far over the end line. It's incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
Line of scrimmage remains the 4-yard line. It's 2nd and goal. Working out of the gun, Smith. That is caught, back corner of the end zone. Jawan Jennings. Touchdown, 49ers. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
Now Jake Moody for the extra point. The kick is good, and the 49ers will take a 7-0 lead. So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. Dortch now to return it. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Cardinals offense ready to possess the football for the 2nd time. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Murray. That'll be taken in by Connor. And he's very close to a 1st down, but it doesn't look like he got there. And yes, they're going to mark him a yard short.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down.
Here's Bell to return. And that's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Smith. That's into the hands of the fullback. 12 yards on the gain, and that's good for a quick 1st down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
A zone read here, and he's going to keep this himself. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You can see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
2nd and 7. From the shotgun, Smith. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
If you're going to take a sack, you just can't add to it by taking such a massive loss on top of it. Understand when the pocket breaks down, move up, cut your losses. Now, not only do you lose that down, but now you face a big uphill battle if you want to extend this drive.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. To throw is Smith. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
So, on 4th down, the Aussie, Mitch Wishnowsky, out to punt. And on the return for the Cardinals, it's Greg Dortch. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Working from the shotgun, it's Murray. Open man is Marvin Harrison Jr. And he'll be taken down, and that's going to do it. That's the last play of the 1st quarter. So it'll be 1st and 10. They'll scrimmage at the 33. From the shotgun, it's Murray. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
We're seeing a masterclass of what it means to have a versatile skill set as a defensive back. Not only can this guy hold his own in coverage on the back end, now they use him as a blitzer in the passing game, and man, he got through there fast.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the gun, it's Murray. This pass is caught by Greg Dortch. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with 3rd down. Murray will throw. And that is incomplete. Marvin Harrison Jr., the intended target. And now it's 4th down.
And after that last incompletion, it's really the story of the game. This offense has had a really hard time sustaining drives that can lead to points. You can sense the frustration, not only on the sideline, but really in the entire stadium. They've got to get something going, especially early in these drives, so they can find themselves in scoring position and come away with some points.
And he'll get a few yards on this return up past the 15-yard line. Here's Christian McCaffrey and the 49ers offense coming back onto the field. They lead it here in the 2nd quarter, 7-0, as they begin with a 1st and 10. That's over the middle to Kittle.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game, and you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Throwing is Smith. That's caught by McCaffrey. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
A throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
Now, a handoff to McCaffrey. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
The offensive line doing a great job opening these run lanes. They have been there this entire first half, and I think if I'm this play caller, until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away, I think I'm just going to keep turning around and handing it to that guy.
2 first downs, and they're at the 46 now. It's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Smith. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
We tend to make NFL offense very complicated, Mike, but sometimes it's as simple as this. Get the ball into the hands of your playmakers and just let them do the rest.
Throwing on 2nd down, Smith. High throw, but it's reeled in. And he's going to be taken down at about the 30. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. From the pistol, Smith. Catch made right side by Thomas. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's McCaffrey. And a good tackle out wide will hold him to a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Now Smith. A short one there, caught by Kittle. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Deebo Samuel. Touchdown, San Francisco. On is Moody to add the extra point. The kick is good. And the 49ers move out on top, 14-0. So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. Here comes DJ Dallas on the return. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Cardinals offense ready for this next possession. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0. The score as the offense tries to regroup and get going with 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Murray. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
What an advantage it brings a defense when you have cornerbacks that are such willing tacklers. It just brings an extra element to the ability to defend the entire field. And this is a great example here why.
Here's a 2nd and 9. Here's Murray to throw. That is caught! And they are not going to catch up to him. He will score! 70 yards! Touchdown, Arizona! A beautiful combination in the air there, the pass downfield, and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
Now the veteran Matt Prater for the extra point. He's got it. And the Cardinals are on the board. It's now 14-7. So now Prater, after the touchdown, is out to kick it away. Gray going to return it. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The Niners offense and Christian McCaffrey getting set for their next possession. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Back is Smith. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
A 2nd down throw for Smith. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
He's got his tight end, Kittle. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
You just can't ask for better protection than that, especially on 3rd down. Clean pocket, tons of time for the quarterback to work through his progression. And at this level, if you give quarterbacks that amount of time, chances are they're going to find somebody downfield.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Smith. Right back to Kittle. That's another one. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
These hitch routes, they're usually just designed to pick up a few safe yards. An easy completion, get some rhythm for your quarterback. However, this time, he's able to make a little magic happen after the catch and turn it into something much bigger than even they were probably anticipating.
Smith to throw on 1st and 10. He's got it at about the 8. And he will get into the end zone. George Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A 3rd touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
Moody now for the extra point. He knocks it through, and the 49ers will take a 21-7 lead. So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. Dortch now to return it. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Out comes the Arizona offense. They get ready for their next possession. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Murray. And this ball batted away and incomplete. Diamador Lenore there defensively to break that one up.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
That's left side, and that's the tight end, McBride. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big gain.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Power run inside. Here's Connor. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Up until that run, this first half, it's kind of been tough sledding here for this run game. They'd love to see him get going. That last big pickup's going to go a long way.
On 1st down, they'll stay on the ground with Connor. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Now Murray. A short one here, caught by McBride. And they'll pick up the 1st down, a gain of about 4.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a 1st down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
On 1st down, Murray. A throw here, right side, falls incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
On 2nd down, Murray. That's to the right side, caught by McBride. That's catch 3 just on this drive, and it gets his team a 1st down.
Man, they're just running this 2-minute drill to complete perfection. It is such a point of emphasis of every offense, Mike. These end-of-half scenarios to come away stealing points make a big impact on the outcome of the game, and they're knocking on the door here, 1st and goal. At the very least, got to come away with some points.
To throw again is Murray. That's hauled in at the 2. And he'll take it on in. Trey McBride. Touchdown, Cardinals. Prater on to attempt the extra point. It's up and good. And the Cardinals draw closer here. It's 21-14. So now Prater, after the touchdown, is out to kick it away. Deebo Samuel going to get a chance to return it. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Niners offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. He spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. From the shotgun, it's Smith. That's over the middle to Kittle. The Niners will use the first of their timeouts. They get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to play in this first half. Here's 2nd and 6. On the give, it's McCaffrey. He'll burrow his way forward for a couple. Kaiser White able to make the tackle. Here's a 3rd down and 4. From the shotgun, Smith. He's got his man. It's complete to Thomas. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8. Smith now. This throw left side caught by Kittle. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
And these are the throws that when they evaluate young quarterbacks coming out of college, they want to see you be able to make. Everyone worries about how far you can throw the ball. And while that's certainly important, to be able to make the throws from sideline to sideline, especially in those intermediate zones, drive the ball through space, because in this league, an open window is going to close in a hurry.
And with just 4 seconds left in the first half, a timeout is called. So Jake Moody now out for the field goal. This a 48-yard attempt. Moody's kick is good. And the 49ers going to extend their lead. It's now 24-14.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well. You're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's a touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. And that one is incomplete. Penalty flag down, back in the backfield, in the area of holding. So, halftime here. It's the visitors, the 49ers, who are on top, as we send you to our studios in Orlando. Here's Jonathan Coachman. He's got the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our Halftime Report. Both of these offenses had their share of high points in that first half. Each team had some big moments, and it would seem this could turn out to be a game where the last score wins.
Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Niners offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes and some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right throughout this one. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Smith. He gets it to Samuel, left side. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
A run here with McCaffrey. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
All the qualities that make a good safety are seen on display on this play. Speed, pursuit, and then the intensity and the strength at the point of contact for the tackle to keep this ball carrier to no gain. That is a complete safety play.
Second down. Smith. Throw downfield and hauled in by Samuel. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
And another great throw. And I'll tell you what, Mike, so far today, this certainly does not look like a rookie quarterback. I mean, he is in complete control of this offense.
On the handoff, McCaffrey will be brought down inside the 25. Kaiser White able to make the tackle. They'll motion the tight end, Thomas. On second down, Smith. Inside the 10, it is caught. And he's going to be taken down.
Well, they certainly aren't wasting any time marching down the field. I mean, you only need one hand to count how many plays they've run, and yet they find themselves first and goal inside the low red zone.
Ball sitting at the 7. First and goal. And they'll run here with McCaffrey. Down to the 4, it'll be second and goal. Throwing on second down, Smith. That is caught, and he's in. Jawan Jennings. Touchdown, San Francisco. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
On is Moody to add the extra point. He's got it. And the 49ers will extend this third quarter lead. So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. DJ Dallas now to return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Cards offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. The deficit is 17, so they got to start cutting into it soon. See if it starts here. 1st and 10. They go play action with Murray. Over the middle, it's Harrison. And he'll be brought down, but not before they get this all the way up near midfield.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
And he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's Murray. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield.
When you can bring cornerbacks on pressure, man, that changes everything for the defensive play caller. Offenses spend all week worrying about linebackers, defensive linemen. How are they going to protect the quarterback? But when you can time up a secondary pressure like this, man, oftentimes there's no answer for it.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Working from the shotgun, it's Murray. That one is complete to McBride. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first, so it'll bring up 4th down.
Seemed to me, Mike, before that ball was even snapped, the quarterback had already made up his mind. I'm throwing the ball to the tight end no matter what the look is, and he's counting on the big body picking up the rest after the catch, and even though he's able to secure the ball, nice job by the defense keeping him short of the sticks.
Here's the San Francisco offense ready to take possession of the ball once more. And as we look back at some of the highlights of this one, Greg, definitely a lot to show from the passing game.
Yeah, and as good as the offense feels about their passing game, I think if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you've got a lot of learning to do because you just get burned time and time again. You'd think at some point you'd make an adjustment and make a correction. So at this point, they've given up 4 touchdown passes. You're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL giving up that production in one phase of the game.
A 2nd down throw for Smith. Open man is Jennings. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the 1st down.
Smith now to throw on 1st down. Hit as he threw it. The pass is incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Now a 2nd down throw for Smith. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
All right, so there's really three areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number one, the traditional handoffs. Number two, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
From the gun on third down, Smith has his man. It's Samuel. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
On first down is Smith. He'll complete that to his fullback. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
They'll motion the tight end, Thomas. They run straight ahead with McCaffrey. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Working out of the gun, Smith. It is brought in the end zone. Jawan Jennings. Touchdown, 49ers. That is his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. And that is the hat trick. What a game. His 3rd touchdown reception of this one.
And nothing they've done to slow him down has worked, Mike. This defense, they're throwing multiple guys at him. They're playing man, they're playing zone. It doesn't matter. This guy is having his way, and he's having a day.
Moody now for the extra point. It's up and through. And the 49ers are able to extend the lead. So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. On the return, it's Dallas. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Cardinals offense about ready to take over once more. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. Now Murray. Now he takes off. And he is out of bounds all the way down at the 35-yard line. A big play to kick off this drive. 36 yards. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. To throw is Murray. He'll look middle and finds McBride as tight end. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
He's got his big tight end, Trey McBride. Touchdown, Arizona. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. Greg, they have such a knack. It's like they're on the same page. The quarterback almost feels like Well, when you were playing, you know where that guy's going to be in the end zone.
Yeah, we used to have a saying, Mike. We say we don't run routes like they're lines on a piece of paper, and especially against zone coverage. Down here in the red zone, the rule is if you're open, stay open. Don't run past an open zone to get covered. That's exactly what this tight end does here. Friendly target, ball on time, touchdown.
And he's got it in for the 2, and we're back to a 2-score game. The lead is cut to 16. So now, Prater, after the touchdown, is out to kick it away. Gray gonna return it. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The 49ers offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, they're trying to keep it going. On 1st and 10, here's Smith. That's over the middle to Kittle. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. From the shotgun, it's Smith. That's taken in by Jennings. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike. How well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard him.
Smith's going to keep this himself. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down.
You know, Mike, early in my time in Carolina, we were kind of on the forefront of this NFL zone read revolution. Cam Newton, one of the best to ever do it. I have seen up close and personal, when you run the zone read the right way, it is a nightmare for a defense to defend.
From the shotgun, Smith. That's into the hands of the fullback. And he's going to be brought down here on what will turn out to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. So, 3 quarters now in the books. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. First and 10. They'll put Ayuk in motion. Smith to throw on 1st down. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down.
And up until this point, this has been an incredibly efficient game from this quarterback. I mean, it's hard to think. Here we are in the 2nd half, and that's only his 2nd incomplete pass. So finally, the defense is able to do something to disrupt his timing and finally try to get him out of this groove.
And he'll be very close to a 1st down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
It may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on 2nd down, that's a really nice pickup because now it opens up your play call sheet on 3rd down where it's a little bit more manageable.
They'll motion the tight end, Thomas. On 3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And he's going to be brought down at the 27, but that's enough. 1st down as they do it on the ground.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the 1st down. They'll go back to McCaffrey on 1st down. So when you're evaluating the impact of a team's run game, Mike, I think it's important at the end of the game to look back and say, okay, how many yards did they run for? But more importantly, when did those yards come? Did I run for those yards in the fourth quarter, which typically means I had to lead? That's the sign of a successful run game, as opposed to getting a lot of meaningless yards early in the game.
Smith. And this throw out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
They went for it all on that one and just a little bit off. Ball winds up hitting the ground. They've got to move forward. The opportunities are out there. Better execution, better location, and they got some big plays in their future.
Smith from the gun on third down. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on third down.
At this point in the game, Mike, it really starts coming down to the number of possessions. So that's a huge first down conversion. Fresh set of downs. Now, the balance is stay aggressive and maintain the ball, but also start working this clock.
Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down. To throw, Smith. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
Trying to keep a drive alive, going to have to convert on 3rd and 9. They'll motion the tight end, Thomas. They go play action with Smith. This one caught at the 4. And he gets out wide. He'll go to the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. So add another touchdown and touchdown pass for that matter. He has thrown 6 already in this one. Amazing stuff. On is Moody to add the extra point. His kick is good. And the 49ers will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. On the return, it's Dallas. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The home team's offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. That's taken in by the running back, Benson. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
I think the days where cornerbacks are either unwilling or unable to be involved in the run game, I think those days are over, Mike. I think when you look around the landscape of today's NFL, yes, you have to cover, but you also have to be able to come up and tackle.
Now a second down throw for Murray. He'll try to work the screen with Connor. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9. From the shotgun, it's Murray. That's caught downfield by Harrison. 20-yard pickup there. It's good for a Cardinals first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. To throw again is Murray. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Rock Yassin. And the Niners are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
The Niners offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. This one appears to be safe in hand. It has been a clinical performance to this point. Now they'll try to finish up strong. They'll run with McCaffrey to start this drive. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
They'll run the toss with McCaffrey. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down. To throw is Smith. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I think this defense is wondering where some of these missed throws were earlier in the game. I mean, for a while, it seemed like everything the offense did hit, and after that last incomplete pass, although this game's all but over, this defense will certainly take it.
The 49ers out for the punt. They'll punt for the 2nd time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. A fair catch called for and made, but hold everything. There is a flag back by the kicker. It may very well give him new life. It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. Running left, it's McCaffrey. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. That not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game. Here's 3rd and 7. Throwing is Smith. And that is incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. The home team's offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll begin with first down from their own 11. Working out of the gun, Murray. A short one here, caught by McBride. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable second down.
Second down, Murray. That's left. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. And this is taken in by the defense.
Something these running back coaches preach all the time, Mike, is you can't sacrifice the ball for additional yardage, and I think we had a case of that going here. I love the effort. I love the fight, but it can't come at the expense of the ball. Everything in football is about protecting the ball itself, and in this case, just a little bit too loose with it. They're able to pop it loose, and that's a big turnover.
And remember now, all turnovers have to be verified by a replay, so they might be taking a look at this one. At issue was the knee, or any other body part except the hand, down before the ball comes loose, and are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. Murray now to throw on first down. He'll fire one deep for Harrison. That one broken up. It is incomplete. They tried the shot on first down, couldn't connect. It'll bring up second down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense, because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball. Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. Murray's going to throw again. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down. Talanoa Hufanga had the coverage from the safety position and comes away with the breakup.
I think he predetermined that 3rd down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there. You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
The 49ers offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They start with the lead and the football. They do so with tremendous field position. It's 1st and 10. Whoa! A gain there of 15. It's good for a Niners first down. Smith to throw. That's caught by McCaffrey. And he will score. Christian McCaffrey. Touchdown, 49ers. So that will tie the NFL record that has stood for more than 70 years. 7 touchdown passes in one game. First done by Sid Luckman with the Bears in 1943. And then Adrian Burke of the Eagles in 1954. We've waited a long time. Now they have company. extra point up and good from Moody. And the 49ers add on to their already sizable lead. So, following that touchdown, Moody is back out to kick it off. On the return, it's Dallas. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Cardinals offense and Kyler Murray set to take over once again. And it's been a struggle all afternoon. The defense done a great job taking him away from his game, taking his weapons away, and he is yet to find anything to lean on in this one. Here's 1st and 10. Working from the shotgun, it's Murray. He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throw away. Two minutes remain in the fourth quarter. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. From the gun, it's Murray. To the right, that's Pitts. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. They go play action now. Murray. That is incomplete. And here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump. And they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame.
And he's going to have the Cardinals' 1st down. They'll have it by a lot. It turns out to be a big gainer on 4th down.
You know, it's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the fourth quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
And they'll take this down inside the 35.
It's no secret this day has been a rough outing all around, so at this stage of the game, really no choice but to remain aggressive and just try to find something positive on a day where there's been a lot of negative.
Again, it's Murray. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. So after back-to-back incompletions, it is now 3rd and 10. Throwing again is Murray. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I'd say one of the most critical elements of a dynamic offense, Mike, is how efficient are you on 3rd down? It's something these teams stress all week. Here's an opportunity to continue to extend this drive. The defense wins this time and brings up 4th down.
Prater's kick is good. And the Cardinals cut 3 off the lead, but they still face a sizable deficit.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
They finally get him down, but he gets all the way up close to the 40-yard line. So now, out comes the offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once again. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. The drive starts with a carry by McCaffrey. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more. So, a win here for our visitors, the 49ers. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. And that was the difference in this one. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone.